Hey guys, it's Sergeant Merrill here, and I have something a little different. You guys know I like to do things different around here, and this is following in the footsteps of my ESPN-like PsyOps called Big Changes. And this is going to be the way that I'm going to do dual comms from now on. For anybody that's seen it, this is much like Pardon the Interruption, but we're calling it Pardon the Dashboard. And with me today, I have IXISweat. Sweat, why don't you go ahead and say hi?
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sweat, and once again, I'd like to thank Sergeant Merrill for making an entire layout based entirely off of my favorite show. I love PTI, and looks like this is going to be all right.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun to make, and the way this is going to work, guys, you have your topics over here on the right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put annotations on each topic, so if something is boring the hell out of you, go ahead and click on it, and it's going to skip ahead to that topic. It's not going to hurt our feelings because we're just not going to know about it. So mine and your little secret, if we're boring the shit out of you, go ahead and click one of those topics that sound interesting, and it'll skip ahead on the conversation. But let's go ahead and get started into our first topic here, which is kind of based off of some success that Sweat has seen lately. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about that, Sweat?
All right. Well, about my channel, you're going to get a quick rundown. Is basically I like to do videos on tutorials and how-tos and beginning prestiges and some map game types and some gameplays of how you play certain maps. I tell a few embarrassing stories about my former Marine Corps career that were painful and humiliating at the time, but now it's something I can look back on and laugh. And I'm just doing a series that is based off of kind of the ridiculous way you die in this game, because everybody knows that there's some just moments that make you say, wow, that was lame, and it's actually 1,000 lame ways to die. But I think the success you were talking about is the partnership, and I was recently awarded a Machinima partnership, and sometimes it's confused with a Machinima director, and I'm not quite the level of Blame Truth and Scene Anners and Hutch and those guys, but they do run ads off of my channel, and they promote my channel in that sense.
Well, I know there's been a lot of confusion and secrecy when it comes to this elusive Machinima contract. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about it, because I don't have one yet. What is the difference between being a Machinima partner and being a Machinima director?
Well, like you said, there's a lot of things that you're not allowed to discuss, but directors, they're the primary guys that run their series on Machinima channels and Machinima Respawn. They're the guys that can post their personal videos on Machinima whenever they want to submit them. And partners really are mainly just sponsored at their own channel. Like I run everything out of my channel. It's at my discretion. I don't have to post videos any more than I normally do or any less than I normally do. It's entirely up to me. And basically they'll just run ads and run their promotions through my channel. So when people see it and people see my channel, they know I'm associated with Machinima.
Oh man, yeah, that's really great, and congratulations on that, man. I know it's a huge success for you, and I'm really happy for you. Maybe you can tell me what you think the best benefit of being a Machinima partner is.
Without a doubt, to me, it's just that Machinima logo associated with your channel. It's almost like no one takes you seriously in YouTube now if you're not associated with the largest gaming network on YouTube, and just having that logo and being able to say that I'm a Machinima partner on my page, people automatically see that as credibility as far as your YouTube channel goes.
That's great. Well, let's move on to our next topic here, which is underrated perks. And I know a lot of people, especially in the YouTube community, just overlook some of these perks that have a lot to offer. Can you start us out? Let me go ahead and let me know what your favorite underrated perk would be.
Well, take the PERK 3 slot, and everybody is always, either Marathon Pro or Ninja Pro or Hacker Pro. But TACMAS Pro, to me, even though it's the most time-consuming perk that you'll ever have to do, is easily my favorite perk of the PERK 3 slot. And you run Warlord and Scavenger, and you can just spam the hell out of people with concussion grenades and flashbangs. You don't feel those effects, and then you run in guns blazing in a room that however many people are in. It's so underrated to me, and a lot of people don't even know about it.
Yeah, and I also think it's really great because when someone flashes you or stuns you, they still get that hit marker, so they think you are feeling the full effect when in reality you aren't. So that's really helpful in those objective-based games.
Yeah, right. They come right around the corner, like like you said earlier, or like I said earlier, guns blazing. Except this time you don't have the effects. And when you throw grenades into a room, concussion grenades or flashbangs, you actually get a directional marker on your hit marker that shows you which side of the room they're on. So I mean, if you're confused about where they are in the room, there's a little indicator that says, "Hey, they're to the right."
Exactly. And in my opinion, I think another underrated perk would be Lightweight Pro. I just really don't see a lot of people using it. Maybe because it's in that slot with Ghost Pro, and let's just face it, a lot of people like to use that. But Lightweight Pro is so much fun, guys. It gives you the ability to do, just swan dives out of third-story buildings and firing on people that had absolutely no idea you were coming on the bottom. So it's a lot of fun, and I highly suggest it. I use it in a lot of my class setups.
Scout Pro to me is another underrated, and you don't have to use it while you're sniping. I mean, to me, the moment between switching equipment and switching through your weapons, that you meet someone face to face, and you can't even knife them, or you can't get your weapon out. And I know secondaries in this game are almost awful, but it really is that instant that it takes to switch through, and how much faster you switch through your weapons and equipment. I think it makes a huge difference on face to face encounters.
Yeah, that's true. I can agree with that a lot. But moving on, here we got another topic. I know on your channel we discussed my opinion on how military real-life tactics apply to this game. Maybe you can let my audience know what your opinion on that is.
And I think this is going to be a topic that is brought up every single time we have videos, and every single time we mention our military background. But to me, it doesn't really relate at all. I mean, in any way, shape, or form. And I'm actually working on a series with Brass Monkey to demonstrate that. And we're doing the success and the complete and utter failures of trying to do real life tactics with Call of Duty. And we're doing it on Search and Destroy, so you have that, you don't have the respawn, so maybe it's in the back of people's minds. But in reality, nobody is, scared or concerned about covering fire, which is such a huge part of everything that we do, as far as Marine Corps tactics go. Everything's based on fire and movement. Lay down covering fire, somebody advances. They lay down covering fire, and the other team advances. And, you just don't have that real fear of bullets.
Yeah, me and you were discussing that earlier, that people don't have that fear, that element of safety that they need to keep in mind at all times. It's just not there.
No, absolutely. And I mean, until, and I don't know if there will be a way to implement that in a video game. I mean, I really don't. Like, I think you were mentioning earlier about unless it's a team impact, when you lose somebody, like if you lost people and there was no respawn in an objective-based game, then maybe it would be more of an impact.
Right. Maybe when the effectiveness of your team is degrading when you lose teammates. Maybe that will integrate some type of requirement for safety, where people are going to get mad at their teammates if they don't exercise safety. I'm not sure. But moving on to our next topic, we're hoping that this game can actually incorporate some of those strategies. It's called Operation Homefront, and it's going to be coming out on the 8th of March. What are your opinions on this game, and do you think it can contend with Call of Duty?
It's going to be hard. This is such a huge franchise Call of Duty has built, and it's going to be hard for anybody to challenge it. I mean, across the board. But I'm certainly willing to give it a shot. I know I've convinced my roommates that we're going to, there's 4 of us live in this house. I've convinced all of them that we're going to buy it. I'm going to try to run with full teams, because up to 36 player multiplayer, you're not going to be able to single-handedly carry a team. Or, I don't think 4 people are going to be able to carry a team and make a huge difference. I mean, you're going to have complete and total teamwork and team-oriented goals. And, but really, I think it looks amazing. What would you say it was a, kind of a, which 2 games did you say it combined? I'm sorry.
I think it's going to be like Battle, and Medal of Honor made the same claim, but just looking at the trailer, it looks like Bad Company 2 meets Call of Duty. It really does. And I know Medal of Honor made that same claim, and they failed miserably. But just looking at what this game has to offer, I believe them.
I'm going to give them a shot. Again, I'm definitely going to purchase the game. I'm definitely going to have footage up on my channel about it. And You know, when Black Ops first came out, because I was so used to Modern Warfare 2, I almost didn't give it its shot. And I'm certainly glad I did, because Treyarch has been so proactive in fixing everything that was wrong with Black Ops. But I'm really interested to see this game, and I think in the beginning of March it comes out.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
there's also that rumor floating around about dedicated servers, which immediately, everybody's ears perk up and want to say, hey, is this true? Is this? And if that's the case, those problems with lag won't be nearly as defining.
That would definitely require Call of Duty to step up its game in the next iteration too. Now, one of the things that I thought was very interesting about this game was its backstory. And if you haven't seen the YouTube video for it, just type in Operation Homefront backstory, and it will scare the shit out of you, because it's not generic. I mean, in most games, you're shooting Russians, you're shooting Taliban, you have no idea why. In this one, it is a real story that makes sense. And this is where North Korea finally unites with South Korea, and they just become a powerhouse in the world. And it's a scary and realistic thing.
Well, again, I spent a little bit of time in South Korea as well, but not nearly 2 years. And I was on the DMZ at one point, and that's the world's largest concentration of troops. And that in itself is all you just sit there in awe. It's like, how is this still, how are they still going like this? How are they just a huge standoff? So I couldn't imagine those two sides doing.
Exactly. But I think that's all we're going to have for this video. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this layout. And if you did, go ahead and give it a like. That helps me out. And if you like Sweat's, his views, his style of things, go ahead and head over to his channel because he puts out really great material. And he just got his contract from Machinima. So maybe you can go and give him some support. And other than that, do you have anything else you'd like to say, Sweat?
No, just thanks again for the opportunity. I hope you guys have a chance to check out my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And thanks again, Sarmero.
Hey, no problem. Thanks, guys, for watching. This is Sarmero out here.